Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into a question that, well, for a lot of us, I think it hits right at the core of who we are professionally and maybe personally too.
It really does.
It's from an article by Tony Feghali, and he asks this: who would you be without the role you've mastered?
That's a powerful one.
Isn't it? So our deep dive today is all about unpacking that. Our mission really is to get under the hood of how we build these roles, these professional identities,
Right.
and what happens when they become so much a part of us, maybe even a bit limiting, and then, importantly, how we might gently evolve beyond them. Think of this as a shortcut to figuring out that whole journey.
And I think it's crucial to add, this isn't about, throwing away everything you've built. Not at all.
No.
It's more about recognizing those subtle internal signals that maybe, just maybe, you're ready for something different, something more aligned. It can feel tricky for sure, because that mastery is comfortable.
Oh, absolutely.
But ultimately, as the article suggests, moving through it can be incredibly liberating.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. How do we even get to that point? How does a role become so, well, mastered?
Yeah, what's that path look like?
Feghali talks about it starting with energy, a really clear goal. You feel that sense of purpose, right?
That initial drive.
Exactly. And you commit. You pour your time, your effort into the work. And slowly over time, you build something that just fits.
Becomes familiar.
Right. It feels like you, and it brings recognition. People see you that way. And you just keep getting better at it. It's natural.
And that's where that subtle shift happens, isn't it? Where it stops being just what you do and starts becoming part of who you are.
Yes.
There's a real comfort in that mastery, no doubt. You know the ropes. You know how to lead from that place.
You're confident there.
Totally. But the article points out that sometimes, even deep within that comfort, something else starts asking questions. A deeper part of you might be stirring.
Okay, so even when you're really good at something, comfortable, there's this internal nudge. The article calls it a quiet invitation to evolve.
Yeah, quiet is the key word there, I think.
So it's not some big crisis necessarily.
Rarely, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
It often describes more of a gentle pull. Maybe you don't even have words for it yet.
Like a feeling.
Exactly. Just a feeling that something else, something maybe more aligned with who you're becoming, is ready to take shape. It's subtle.
Subtle but persistent, maybe.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And it points towards what the article calls an unfamiliar but sincere path.
Unfamiliar but sincere. That captures the tension, doesn't it? Because growth often means stepping outside what's comfortable.
Absolutely. It pushes us.
Yeah.
But that feeling of sincerity, that internal yes, even if it's quiet, that's what validates the direction. It confirms you're not just restless, you're actually resonating with something new.
Okay, so you feel this pull, this quiet invitation. How do you start moving towards it? How do you actually begin to, reimagine the next chapter without just freaking out?
Well, the article has a really interesting take on this. It suggests the whole process needs to start by honoring what came before.
Honoring the past. So not rejecting it.
Not at all. Recognizing that the role you mastered, the before, it served its purpose. It had its season, it carried your values, kept your focus. You wouldn't be here without it.
That makes sense. It takes the pressure off needing to disown your history.
Exactly. And from that place of acknowledgement, then comes the invitation to expand. And the article really stresses, you don't need to rush. You don't need to justify.
Oh, I like that. No justification needed.
Right. It's permission. You're simply allowed to explore what a newer version of yourself might include. Just explore. Gently.
That sounds less daunting, more like curiosity.
Precisely. It opens things up.
And what might that exploration lead to? The article mentions a few possibilities.
Yeah, it could be practical things, like finding a work rhythm that actually energizes you instead of drains you.
Or maybe a title that feels more authentic. Or maybe, like the article says, no title at all.
Or just a general direction that feels like it belongs to today, not tied entirely to yesterday's achievements.
Okay, but let's talk about the fear. Because even with gentle exploration, people worry, right? If I shift, what am I losing? All that effort.
That's a huge barrier for many, understandably so.
But the article offers some real reassurance here. It says pretty directly, the skills stay with you, the identity evolves, nothing is lost when you shift.
And that, I think, is the core aha moment. It's not about erasure.
Right.
All the wisdom you gained, the lessons learned, the impact you've made that remains, it's foundational.
So it's not abandoning, it's Repurposing, reshaping.
Exactly. Reshaping is a great word for it. The core impact, the skills, the wisdom, they stay. But, and this is key, the shape of your work, leadership, and days can evolve. You get to choose the new form.
Which brings us right back to that question Tony Feghali poses, is something new taking shape? He really invites you, the listener, to sit with that, to explore that expansive space inside yourself.
Yeah, and to do it with what the article calls quiet confidence, choosing who you want to be next. There's real strength in that intentionality, isn't there?
Definitely. It's not passive. It's an active choice.
It's moving from a place of internal knowing, not just reacting to external pressures.
And I love how the article frames this dual strength. It says there's a strength in honoring the role that carried you, acknowledging the path,
Respecting that journey.
and a deeper strength in choosing with care what's coming. That feels really empowering.
It is, because the underlying message is that you're ready. As Feghali puts it, the version of you that built the past is more than ready to shape what's next.
You already have the tools.
You absolutely do.
So wrapping up this deep dive into Tony Feghali's ideas, it really maps out this fascinating journey from getting really good at something, mastering a role.
To then listening to that quiet inner voice that asks, what else?
Right. And then having the courage and the self-compassion to explore that, honoring your past while consciously shaping a new future.
It's about expansion, not replacement. So maybe the question to leave everyone with, building on the article's close, is this. What part of you right now might be asking for a little more room to grow? And thinking really practically, what's maybe one small, subtle step you could take, starting today or tomorrow, just to begin exploring that space, without needing all the answers, just exploring?
Exploring that expansive space while holding on to the wisdom you already have. That's a great thought to end on. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. Keep listening to those internal whispers. Keep exploring. We'll see you next time.